Hi everybody. So today we're learning to use suspense in our writing to create a spooky story. So our steps to success will be to use exciting up-leveled vocabulary, use conjunctions to link ideas and extend our sentences, use I-space openers, use varied punctuation, write each paragraph thinking carefully about the effect on your reader, create suspense using the different senses, lots of clues, the weather and darkness. Use varied sentence length for effect, short ones to make it scary and long ones to speed up the pace. And use figurative language, for example, similes, metaphors, alliteration or onomatopoeia. So why is it important to create suspense and how is it created? So suspense is created in writing to make readers feel scared or threatened. Remember to build suspense by using the different senses, building up the suspense and keep the reader waiting for your clues, using the weather and darkness. For example, lots of stories have fog, mist, wind, storms, shadows, pitch black. Vary the pace of your writing, so use varied sentence length. It's really, really important to use varied sentence lengths for description, but also to create suspense. So we're going to be looking at some examples of spooky settings in pictures, and you can use one of these pictures to help you as a prompt for your writing today. It might be helpful to look at some YouTube videos of spooky settings as well. So just go onto YouTube or Google spooky settings and have a little look yourself. And remember to try and imagine you're in the setting. Use your imagination. You've all got such a great imagination. I'm sure you've seen some videos and films before with spooky settings. So make sure you do use your previous knowledge and your imagination to help you today. So we're just going to go through some of the spooky settings. As you look at the pictures, think about what you can see. Think about what you can hear. Again, use your imagination. What would you feel if you were in that setting? How would you feel in terms of emotions? What would you touch in the settings? Could you smell certain things? So use those five senses and your imagination to really dig deep and imagine yourself in that setting. Think about the colours that you see, the weather that you see. Who might be around there? Are you going to be by yourself in the story? Can you see animals? And think about what weather it might be in terms and what season it might be. Think about the films that you've seen or videos that you've seen where they've got certain types of weather, but also certain seasons. So there's some of the pictures. You can always pause the video and have a good look at these pictures whilst you're writing. You might find some spooky music that you want to listen to. On YouTube, there's loads of sounds of spooky settings as well. So it is important to use varied openers in our story writing. When you're planning your writing and when you're actually writing, try and think about these different things. So the first thing is the openers that we're going to focus on. And I've written some sentences here. I want you to think, can you spot which type of opener I've used here? Think about the I space, so your ing, your similes, prepositions, adverb, conjunction and ed openers. So give these sentences a read or listen to them as I read them out and think about what effect do they have on the reader? Why have I used that different type of opener? How does it change the sentence? Would you be able to use a different opener and change the sentence even more? So the first sentence says, stealthily, the ghosts swoop around the ancient graveyard looking for fear to feed on. Swooping silently through their dark domain, the vampire bats search for human flesh to feed on. As the ghosts float eerily through the midnight sky, the scared sacred tombstones rose up from the darkness. When the bell tolled in the deserted graveyard, the troubled souls of the dead filled the air with screaming and wailing. So you can create such a good effect with the varied openers and give so much more information to the reader. It's also important to use varied sentence length for effect. So can you spot the difference between these examples? Which gives more description? Which creates more suspense for you? Bang! The door slammed shut. A window broke. What just happened? And the longer sentences, ghosts flashed through the sky, and in the light of the lanterns, terrifying tombstones rose from the ancient earth. Again, you can magpie some ideas. You might want to develop some of these ideas for your own writing. So your steps to success today will be to plan your writing carefully. Take it about 10-15 minutes to plan your writing. Remember to plan in where you will try and include your VCOP. So exciting up-leveled vocabulary, conjunctions to link ideas and extend your sentences, your ice space openers, your varied punctuation. Try and use up-leveled punctuation that you try and challenge yourself. Write each paragraph thinking carefully about the effect on the reader. Create the suspense using the different senses, lots of clues, the weather, the darkness. Use varied sentence length for effect, short ones to make it scary, long ones to speed up the pace. And try to include the figurative language, similes, metaphors, alliteration, onomatopoeia. Again, really try and challenge yourself. Use different things that you've seen in films, you've read in books. Maybe you've just gathered some ideas from the internet. Use your imagination to help you. Here's a little planning format, and also to help you when you're writing. It's really important to develop your story slowly to create that suspense. In each section, I've written things that you could include. You might want to develop certain ideas more, but it would be a good idea to have this in front of you as a prompt if you're finding it a little bit tricky. And then once you've written, reflect on your writing. Perhaps you could read your writing aloud to yourself or somebody else at home, and also read out and correct for missing words, your verb tenses, punctuation errors and spelling. Can you make at least 3 improvements to your writing and up-level in at least 3 places? For example, you might want to add openers or adjectives, similes. Use the steps to success to help you identify what you've missed out or what you could up-level. And then read it out again, perhaps with somebody at home. So you should be reading your work out more than once. It's the most important thing to reflect on your writing and improve it. And remember to upload them onto Dojo or send them to the school so that we can see your amazing pieces of writing. Good luck and have fun on it.